Welcome to JobSkillshare.org Help Desk Administrator Lab course. In this section, we are going to talk about Spiceworks tools. Now, what is Spiceworks tools? Let's go and see first of all, how did I get here? Google, go to just Spiceworks tools, search, and click on the first link. It's free online IT tools. Get your IT job done. Their description is this for these tools: free online IT tools to help sysadmin, network engineers, technicians, and other set up, troubleshoot, network, and more. Now, basically, they already have an application, and some of the things are already in the application. If you install the whole Spiceworks application, and some of the things are already in there, like IP scanning, for example. You can scan the whole subnet, you can scan the whole network, and you'll get all the devices. But some of the tools are just now they made it so it's quicker, and even more advanced, I would say. Some of them are not in the Spice. For example, connectivity dashboard is not part of Spiceworks. It's actually a cloud-based system where you use your online account and ID, and then you install software on a desktop, on different desktops, and then that desktop, basically what it does, it goes out and check if the sites are available or not. And we're going to do that demo right in our lab in a few minutes. And then you have some other tools like IP scanner. Internet outage is a really nice one. If you see that, it'll give you a map of what part of ISP and some networks are down. So then if somebody's calling you from somewhere on the phone that, hey, I'm not getting to your site, so maybe you can check that and see, oh, there's an outage in your area. Our site is working fine, everything is great, but I think it's a problem on your end because one of your network providers are down at this point, so that's why you're not getting to our list. Here some other ones. You can see the IT security tools: blacklist check and IP repetition, port scanner and tester. You can see ports in there, SSL checker, monitor your AWS and Azure cloud costs, and they're adding more. So let's go to the lab and actually test these tools and what you can do with it in real world environments. I'm gonna basically try to see if I can come up with real world scenarios while I'm doing this. Think of this video as a learning video. So I know a lot of people come in and say, oh, he started like after 6 minutes he started demonstration. But remember, this is a course, so I have to talk and explain things. So I am in my Active Directory right now. This is my Active Directory computer, and that's kind of like realistic examples that I'm giving here. In your area, you will also have Active Directory, and then let's say, for example, Spiceworks is installed on this server right here, which is connected to this Active Directory, and then you have desktops right here. Okay. So let's go ahead and to our 64-bit system, which is your lab computer, and let's go and think of this as your own help desk computer. So to start the tools, you'll need to go to the web page. As you can see, we already have Spiceworks installed in our other lab videos. So I'm gonna go ahead and open this tool page. So go to Google, type Spiceworks tools, and now we are in that same page. And let's get started with the first one, which is connectivity dashboard. So it tells you right here, if you click on it, it gives you really nice information. They have everything in there. So if you want to learn detailed stuff, you can use it right here. Say, how do I use it? Stay on top of application connectivity. When application is down or slow, you will find out because multiple computers can access that application, and then it will let you know that is it really down? Is this the problem with one computer, or is all over? I mean, this is kind of awesome for a technician, because if you work in an environment where you suddenly get a call that this site is down, and if you have this tool installed on, let's say, for example, one in DC, one is in New York, or maybe at your home, because your home uses a total different network, so you will quickly find out that your home computer can access it is green, but my user cannot access it is red, but my other users can access it is all green. So the issue is with this computer. But if you see that if all of it's red from your home network, it's red because you cannot access this application, it's red, then that application is down. Maybe it's like, say for example, Office 365 application, and let's say for example their server just went down, the front end where you type in the username and password. That page is down. It will show down right here, and then you instantly found out because you're going to get so many calls in 1, 2, 3 minutes. You're going to get all these calls, and you know, without even going out, without even picking up a laptop, without even connecting a Wi-Fi, your phone network, and finding out things, you know, running around, this can quickly resolve that issue. So that's why they have this. So to install this, what you will do, it's no installation basically. You will log in here with your account, username and password. I already have one, so I'm going to log in right now. If you don't have one, you need to sign up right here. Not a member, you need to join now, so you can do that. So I'm going to go ahead and sign in with my account. First, pause this. Alright, so for privacy reasons, I took off some of the things. So let's say, for example, when you log in for the first time, what you need to do is you need to click on this agent download, and you will get something like this. So when you click on agent download, you're going to get your site key in here, and you also have if you want to, like, you know, use like PDQ deployment, software deployment, this is the command you will use. But you can also click on download your Windows agent. So you'll click on this and you'll get the MSI. You need to have .NET 4.5, and if you don't have it, it's going to ask you that you want to install it, and that should work. So once you install it, then it will ask you for the key. You'll copy the key and then you'll put it in that installation. Click next, 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 finish, and it will automatically come back here and then say, okay, this computer IP address is this, name of that computer is this, and then whatever application that you have decided to monitor, you can click on this little plus sign right here, and then you will get this where it will say application name, address, and then you will see what do you want to do, HTTP or ICMP. So you will probably use HTTP. You can use the other way too, but for this demo I use like JobSkillShare, JobSkillShare.org. Then you click on save. What will happen here, automatically it's going to take a second or two, and then it will start getting to that application that you had defined over here. So if it's JobSkillShare.org here, then you will see JobSkillShare.org, and this machine will show green or red, or you know, or this color right here. This color represents slow. Unreachable mean it cannot reach. For example, in this section I have two local addresses. So this is inside the local network addresses, meaning nobody can access from outside. So I have these two machines right here. They're from outside of the network, and you can clearly see that they cannot access these two sites right here because they are local. So that's the really powerful feature from Spiceworks, that if you have something like that, for example, someone call you, and then, you know, they say that this user is saying that site is down, and I'm also seeing it's down. Now it's two people saying that. One is external member, one is the internal staff member. But then how, if you have this tool right here, you can clearly see your home computer is set up to access that site, your other staff members' computers. You can add a lot of computers in here. It will automatically add. It's very quick, and then you will see that, okay, everybody else can access it, these two people cannot access it. Let me troubleshoot it just with these two people. Something is not right. But usually when someone call you and two people say, okay, it's down, they're from different networks, then if everything is red for everybody, then you know that site is really down. So you can quickly say that, okay, the site is down, let me check there. Then your troubleshooting goes to some other site. You can even tell this information to your system admin, network engineer, and then they will need to probably see maybe there's an issue with the web server, there's some else going on, databases are having an issue. That's a different story. But at least from your point of view, it's so easy for you to now decide if the site is down, application is slow, or something. If it's slow, what if it's slow? Maybe there's a report running on the server, it's taking a long time, resources and everything, and it's slowing this one site for everybody. You can see that it's going to be this color for different machine, different IP addresses. You know that it's slow. So then you can share that information to your networking team and say it's pretty slow because I can tell you this, it's coming from different networks. So again, in my example, I have two computers on my home network, two different IP addresses, and then all of these machines are internal network. So if someone called that this site is down, this one, and if it's down for external only, let's say these two are red, and I know that they should be able to access it, but it's red, so now I know that something internal members can access it, but external members cannot. So maybe something going on with the firewall. Maybe firewall for external members are messed up, something is wrong, somebody did an update or something like that. Now nobody can reach the site from outside. So that is very powerful. Let's go back to the lab again. Okay, so here we are. I'm going to go ahead and cancel this, and let's get back to our, actually let me open it again, and let's get back to our other tools. Okay, so now we're going to type Spiceworks tools again, and we'll click on this link. And now what we're going to do is to check this section, which just says network internet outage heat map. So let's see what it is. Basically what it will do, it's called they're on beta version right now, so of course it's going to use your area, like your where you live. So it's going to ask you, do you want to share that information? And you can see how in the United States these places maybe are having an issue. So if you click on it, let's say for example Denver, in Denver you can see report outage in this area. So if you click on it, you'll go zoom in there, and then it'll go even more in detail. So that then it goes down to this. So you can see if you go on the bottom, you can also check right here 792 communication Fargo resolved. If it's not resolved, then you know that these people are having issue. So this could be a lot of members calling you from one specific state that, oh, we cannot access your site, something's wrong, fix your site, and they're getting angry. But when you find this information out that, oh, in Denver everything is down, nobody can access because a big ISP is having an issue. So you can tell them that, okay, it's an issue from your end. There's really nothing we can do, but you can give them at least information, right? So that's a great way to find information. And again, this and that other tool that I just showed you guys, you can work it together, because if so many people are calling from outside, then you can also check in that tool that is it really down, because I see from my home network that site is actually down. People cannot access it. It's true. When people call you, that sometimes you say, it could be their firewall. Maybe they didn't clear their cache and cookies and all kind of stuff like that. So I know it's working. But when you have these two tools, like information like that available, it makes your job really easy. So let's go back, and so this is all online. You don't have to do anything. In this one, you have to just register and do the download piece. And again, it's just the client side of this is going to automatically update. So if they have new features, it's just going to come to you automatically. You don't have to worry about anything. IP lookup. So basically, you can click on here, and you think your site is getting hit with this one IP address, it's not getting away from site, and you think this is kind of attack, or maybe you want to know something, like who is this person, like if I say who is Spiceworks, like if I do this spiceworks.com, I want to check their IP address and everything. So you see right here, it gives you an IP address, where they are, what type of domain, where they are located, a lot of information. You can find it right here. Okay, so that is this is useful for many purposes. I mean, like I said, maybe there's an IP address hitting your site with different type of codes, and you want to know is it legit or what's going on. You want to block it, but you want to make sure who it is first. You probably want to block the whole IP addresses related to that. IP scanner. This is, again, it's a different tool, and basically it's kind of like Spiceworks, but maybe it's going to be useful if you don't use Spiceworks. If you already have Spiceworks, I'm not sure if it's going to be useful or not, but let's go ahead and download it and find out what information we can get from this. So you'll do save. It's kind of like quickly, if you want to find out what systems are in that subnet, or you want to find out information about other machines, IP addresses are available or not. Maybe this could be helpful when you find an IP address. Let's say you would think that, hey, I want to assign this IP address to this server, and this could be also helpful. So let's say we're going to run that and then wait for it. Okay, so it's going to ask you what browser do you want to use. So right now we installed our IP, and look at this. It's basically didn't find anything. But do you want to start a new scan? You just click on new scan here. It will automatically detect what network you're on. Have you changed networks? Find scan and IP ranges you're connected to, blah blah. I'm just gonna do a scan here. Oh, actually I need to put the IP. So let's say, for example, this is the automatically detection. So 192.168.1.1, and then you do similar, exactly like this. So if you have other addresses like 2.1, 3.1, maybe in your company you have 172.17.122, then another is 123, and all on maybe 10.10.10.1, maybe 10.10.2.1, something like that. So you'll need to add that duplicate entry. Oh, I need to actually remove this. Add an IP address. What am I doing wrong? Oh, there. Okay. Actually, it was scanning first, so my bad. Okay, got it. So that entry that it was already added, because I never installed this, so I didn't know what to do with it. But again, so it found one device. It says Verizon. That's a MAC address. Ports are open. 1 minute ago. So let's see if we can click on OK here. It's still scanning here. That's why I was like, why it's not doing it. So if I do 192.168.1.2, nothing found. So it's still looking for information right now. It's going to find other computers in my network at this point, and you can export that. So it's probably going to take some time. So this computer address is 192.168.1.80. Now one thing that I don't like about this is that this like, you can't stop it. Yeah, that would be weird. It should be able to stop this, and maybe I'm not seeing that option right now, but let me just do there you go. So it's finding information here. I'm sure there will be a button to stop this because my screen is not full, like, I'm not using the full screen. Maybe if I refresh it will stop, just in case. I want to stop this, and I don't want to, like, if there's like a huge network and I don't want to run this. So look at this right here. It's telling me that there's a Cisco device out there, there's a Netgear device out there, there's Samsung device out there, my IP addresses, my MAC addresses, there's Amazon Fire right there. Everything in my network is gonna go out and scan it. So far it's found 15. I can export this to CSV file, and then if I want to, like, let's say, use another tool like PDQ and stuff like that to do things, I can also do that with that CSV file. Pretty awesome, right? And showing you the ports, what ports are open in this computer. So yeah, that's what you can do with IP scanner, just finding out information and names and things like that. I would still prefer using the whole application for Spiceworks. It gives you a lot more than this, so you can use this depending on what type of scenario you are in. So let's cancel that, and let's go back to the more tools. So here we go. So we did our first one, connectivity, internet outage, IP lookup, IP scanner. Subnet calculator is for people if you want to find some easy way to do subnetting. I'm not gonna do anything with subnetting. This this is another course out there if you want to start that. But again, if you want to click on subnet calculator, you can quickly do subnetting, and if you want to play around with that, this will be useful for people who are in networking and they want to give a company a whole list of subnetting. So this could make their life very easy, and you can see that you can make the number of subnets, you know, how many subnets do you want to do it by quantity, you want to do it by size. You can see how many hosts you want per subnet. You can type that in here, type the main address, and then it will give you that. So pretty cool, they have that also. So let's go back to the tools again. Alright, too many clicks, so let's go back. Okay, Traceroute is another tool from Spiceworks. So if you want to find out how many hops or how many things are in between your computer and another place that you want to reach, then it will give you the very nice graphical look that these are the systems between. So why would you use this? It's kind of like tracking down the connection issues that you can see right here and learn more about it also. So let's say, for example, you're on point A, point B, have a router here, and then you want to go to point C. So when you type the point C address and you do the trace route and you cannot reach point C, you can get information from the second router, but it's not going out. Maybe there's something going on with the router, maybe there's some other device in the middle that is having an issue. So it kind of gives you a nice way of finding out that from your computer you went to here, then you went here, then you stopped here. Something is not right in this section, this area or this device. So you need to troubleshoot that. So it's pretty cool. You can download this also, and when you download the same way, you will get the browser, and in browser you will get, like, you know, you can type the address, the IP address, and then you can use that. It's going to be I think port 8080, and when you do that, you'll just get a like blank a similar type of IP lookup type of, you know, screen here. You just type the IP address or the device, and then it will do something like this. Trace out result. It will show you 24 ms, and then it went through here, then went through here, and went through here, forwarded by 3 routers. So that's where you do your troubleshooting. Now let's go back and find more. I know this video is getting very big, but a few more and then we're done. So here, website down checker. Again, you can type the website here, the name of the website. So you can click on website here, and if you want to see if the website is up or down, let's say you're accessing jobskillshare.org, but you're having some issues and you think, you know, is this your computer or is this site really down? So if you can get to Spiceworks first, the site is working, you know, you have internet connection then. So if you click check here, and if it shows that it's down, then something is not right with jobskillshare.org. Then you can send an email to jobskillshare.org, or maybe you can call the number if you already have the number. So, and then that's how you find out in your environment. Maybe you're getting calls about one site that is down, and then you want to first confirm it, is it really down? So you can check that. Okay, let's go to different tools. What we have here, let's go back. Okay, now we are coming to security. So for example, you want to find out blacklist check and IP repetition. So what you can do is you can type the IP address or the domain address of the site that you want to see if it's malicious or is it known by spammers and things like that. So you can do that. So if you click on blacklist and IP repetition, so it will tell you that is this site a good site or is it a bad site, and then you can type it. So for example, if I type our site jobskillshare.org, now I don't want to share the IP address. You can find that, but I don't want to share that in the video, so I'm just gonna pause the video. So you see this little green mark is telling you that it's a clean site, and on the bottom it gives you information about the IP address and says that this site is clean, so nothing is found. If you find a red and some other information about it, then it's worrying for you. Again, you can find the IP address of jobskillshare.org, but I just want to not show it in the main screen. Another one is port scanner and tester. So if you want to know what ports are open on this server or this what are open in this site. You know, if you want to know that you want to, in a security way, like, you know, if you want to make sure that there's nothing open on your site or server that can cause issues later on, you can type the IP address or the domain name here, scan, and it will tell you these ports are on. So it could be port 80, other ports, that's fine, but some other ports that you don't want to be out on the internet, you can just close that. Okay, so another good one is SSL checker right here. This is if you are, for example, jobskillshare.org is using it's HTTPS, a secure site, but if you want to find out is it really secure, is it using a right SSL, and it's not like, you know, some kind of trick or something like that, so you can type that and then basically add it here and then find if it's correct HTTPS site. So then you can get like certificate information here, not trusted by, not signed by trust authority. Now this requires, if the more you pay for, you know, good HTTPS, you can even go higher and very, very expensive stuff. But if you're just normally using HTTPS to make sure it's a secure site, this is enough the information that you can get. You can also use other, if you go to Google and just type SSL checker, you can also use other vendors like, you know, Norton and antiviruses, and they have their own sites to make sure that you're using a correct site. It doesn't have antiviruses. You can also use virustotal.com. I have another video, very small video that I created. You can just drop your domain address and see if it's a clean domain site. Okay, so let's go back to tools again, and I think we are done with Spiceworks tool. SSL checker is done. Let's see, we have anything else? Nope. Cloud cost monitor, this is not something I'm going to cover. I mean, if you're using AWS and Azure and you want to find out how much you're going to pay for a server or instance and stuff like that, it's much more detailed stuff. So that's it, guys. Spiceworks tools, in 25 minutes we're done. Use it. This is going to be very useful for you, for anyone who is in IT. If you're a brand new person, then make sure you take the course. This is the part of that course. So let me go back here, and this video is uploading. This is where it's going to be. You can see you have all other videos right here that you can take. So see you guys in a different video. Take care. Bye bye.